Like to call tonight's planning board meeting to order from the town of Pompey. May 19th, 2025. I'm Sue Smith, Chairwoman of the Planning Board, and introductions from the far right. John Shaheen. Kevin Carson, Secretary Sarah Majudas. To my left, Carl Fahrenkrug, Dan Bregos, Doug Cook, and Wilker Z. And our town engineer, John Dunkel, town attorney, Amelia McLean Richardson, Robertson. Man, you gotta get married. Give her the name.
He is married.
I'm engaged.
Okay, and code enforcement, Tim Barrett. Who has copies in his hands of the minutes. Take one of these. The others. Pass. I guess I'm gonna wait a few minutes on these. We'll come back to them. What we have on the agenda tonight was not discussed last week. So we'll come back to the meeting notes shortly here. We could stand for pledge of allegiance, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks to Alex for the technology tonight. Tonight, first on our agenda is the Seaver subdivision application. This will be a preliminary review and public hearing on application for two lot subdivision located at 2368 Cemetery Road in the town of Pompey. The tax map number is 028.02.01.1. And will representative come on up.
I'm gonna zoom in tonight.
Oh, see you
I know Veronica's son.
Okay. Okay, well, let's table this one and go on next and see if. And show up on
Yeah. Go over there. Glasses. Nice.
Make it appear too small.
Looks can be just.
Okay, so second up, we'll advance to the Mason subdivision application. This is preliminary review of an application for subdivision to divide a house and barn from a large parcel located at 3496 Ransom Road in the town of Pompey. This tax map number 011.02-20.1. And I guess either Gary or Tina. Gary?
I'm Gary.
All right. I guess if you'd
Let's just.
tell us, yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of explaining on the map because I know it's an old map and there's some confusion over what it is you're trying to do. So if you could verbalize that with us.
So there's like 21 acres in the big parcel. In the corner, I'm planning on about a 3-acre parcel taken out of the northwest corner of my property, which has the house on it and a shop or a barn,
Is that's this dotted line? Come up here and,
as long as I can.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this dotted line runs to here roughly.
So this is what you're.
That's what I want to take out or okay.
Okay. And what is this line here? What is this line?
When I originally, a few years ago, this was my parcel, the original.
Okay.
And then I had some more land out back added off my mother's
Okay.
land. So when he, yeah, I don't know why the surveyor just didn't make a whole new
So this
One
doesn't,
lot.
doesn't necessarily belong.
Doesn't mean anything anymore. I have a total of whatever it said, I can,
Does this
20.
then follow what he's?
21 acres, so yes. No,
So it's not two separate parcels.
no.
Okay.
It's all just
Currently
one.
it's one whole
You get
lot.
one.
And you
tax-
want to know
So
this
you
corner,
don't-
You get one tax bill?
That
Yeah.
line.
and what's
This
this
is what
acreage
he
that you?
wants.
It's gonna be
Roughly.
3 acres.
So it shows up like this on the county tax,
I got a
tax
couple.
maps.
I don't have any idea. Cause I did a little. Like, so 350 by 225 is like the 2.01, I would say. I don't have a calculator with me either.
We have the smart guy in the room doing it, our engineer. At least technically, he's supposed to be the smarter of all of
You
us.
shut up, will you? Yeah, that's 2 acres.
Too many.
2 acres, so.
Okay,
2
so
acres.
it's gonna be 225 road frontage and I haven't surveyed yet, like 300 and 300 feet deep.
You have to meet the code requirements for depth and frontage.
And I thought me and Tim talked about that and I did. I thought that does meet that.
Tim, does
doesn't
it meet the frontage?
The 300 doesn't,
Does the depth.
300 is short on the acreage, I think.
Did 350, I thought, I just did 350.
350,
350 for depth, 225 for
Yeah.
road frontage.
350 by 400 is what you have written here. That's 350 by 400.
And like I said, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if it's 400 or if it's, don't really
Okay.
care. What I care about is the daughter wants this and the son wants that in the long run. That's what this all
And what
comes
we-
down to.
What we care is it meets code.
What's that?
What
It
we
meets
care
code.
is it meets code. We're not gonna tell you it has to be
You're-
exactly.
You're saying that you understand it's 350 by 400?
For a residential lot?
It's not,
It's.
that's incorrect. He's got it drawn as 225,
225.
and then it comes out that it needs to be 350 or more deep.
I think it needs to be more than 350 deep. That would be just
250 by
under 2
350.
acres.
It's
That's
only
right.
225.
It's got a
Yeah.
note there. Is it 250 or? 350?
Yeah, so it might have. so-
350 by 225 would be just
Because you got
under
three-
2 acres.
Okay.
350.
I thought that was 2.01 or something like that. If it's 225 by
It's
350,
just making marks for it to be.
divided by your 43,560. I don't know what the code is.
Residential lots only gotta be 200 by 250.
200 by 250, so
And
What's
2,
the-
and 2 acres.
That's not 2 acres. 225 by 350 is not 2 acres.
350.
Ken, what's the zoning there?
Well, it's a 2 acre minimum. And then you have a 200 foot minimum of road frontage and a 250 foot minimum of depth.
But if you go 225 wide, it has to be a little more than 350 deep.
Little deeper than 350, you want it? I don't.
If you have property to make it the correct size.
Right, that's how
Yeah.
you guys tell me.
Get 2
Is
acres.
225 enough road frontage or it's 250 better and 400 deep? And then I'll get it, when we get it cleared, I'll get it surveyed. So it meets the code. I'm just going by, I think, what me and Tim talked about.
Yeah, and I believe the full drawings, what you provided, you didn't draw anything on there. Copies you had with sketches already on.
You gotta be, if 225 your road frontage, I think you gotta be 356 deep.
So
I have a question on your road frontage where you're gonna come out with your driveway. Do you have a vision to, is it a hill there or anything?
no,
Site
it's
distance?
still the original house driveway.
Okay, but you have site distance
Yeah.
for the,
Oh, yeah.
okay, all right, because I'm not sure where the road is or where this is
Okay,
yet, so
no,
I'm
it's the
not sure.
same driveway that's been there for 68 years.
Okay, thank
I
you.
think that's old. Yes, and so that, like I'm saying, that's the whole sole purpose is to satisfy both children. I wanna,
Good luck.
the daughter wanted the house and that parcel and the son just wants the other part to, I don't know, hunt on whatever he wants to do on it.
So the other thing is, you have the property to make it the correct size, but then you have to look at where the house is located, so setbacks are correct, and where the septic and the well and all that are, need to be marked, so we know those distances. Have you seen the location, Tim?
Yeah, but it's without a proper survey, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. So when you get a survey that meets the code, on that, we'll need to see the well, the septic, and the distances, everything is set back from the in the driveway, you know, where the driveway is, just so it meets the code.
Okay.
Can't be too close to the road, and, you know, things have to.
Okay.
Tim can, well, surveyor will know that too.
You have a surveyor picked out.
Okay, cause I mean, that just, you know, I mean. Septic's been where it is, the well's been where it is, and so it,
All we're asking is when it's surveyed, indicate on the map where that is.
Mhm.
And then also that the code in the town has certain setbacks. So like, for example, the well has to be more than X feet from
The
the
property line.
side property line or whatever. We just want to make sure that, just as an example, your well was over here and you wanted to draw your lot line there, we're gonna suggest, no, move your lot line to get it away from the well.
there's a
So-
septic and the well are both in here,
Yeah.
so I don't. you're
Just
saying
how
that's-
close it is to the new border you're making.
It's, yeah, it's not gonna be. Okay.
We don't know
I
that.
understand, I'm trying to make sure when I get the surveyor there that, like the last time I had to call him back and get. He charged me every time that Sutton said he didn't give me something.
Who are you working with for your surveyor?
It's a cocktail or,
Trail.
Jack Control?
yeah, I think that's the name. I think it's on there, matter of fact, but. I just had to do that one thing.
Ultimately, it's your decision of how big you want the lot. It has to be at least 2 acre minimum. Show us where the driveway is, the well and the septic. Everything is in the town code, what the setbacks should be, what the side or road frontage should be. Jack's worked and done work in Pompey for a long time. Should be able to work with them, come up. We need an updated map, and I think that'll answer probably all the
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, and any ancillary buildings, like, is that a barn, that other square?
In behind the house.
Yeah, and behind-
Yes,
that's a
just-
barn,
Just,
so that'll have to be shown on the survey also.
So.
Just any buildings or anything like
okay.
that. Okay.
Is there a farm drive anywhere on this other road frontage? Any other driveway
There's,
existing?
yes, there will be one.
You want to show that on the survey too?
And then on this, when it's divided, yeah, there's one up there. I call it up the hill, but there's another access to that parcel.
Okay, and there's adequate vision from that driveway?
Yeah, yes. I mean, cause the hill's up here and you come down and this hill's going up, I'm in the middle of this big long slope, but there's plenty of distance there.
Okay, it's, as long as it's existing, but to show that will be helpful.
I don't think John Palladino would have put it there if it wasn't.
No, I'm not gonna go there.
But no, yeah, so that'll all be on the survey. I'll make sure he does that. And with that, I am assuming he'll put the distance from the top property line to when he does it then on the maps. Want to make sure I try to do this once, maybe.
Yeah. So generally, it's a simple subdivision.
And will we want topography on that? With this,
I don't see a need for it.
yeah, okay, it's not, because he's talking about quite hilly.
Yeah, I mean, the key is that you have a driveway that has acceptable sight
Yeah,
distance from the
okay.
remaining land.
Okay,
That's what I'm asking, if it was already there.
So you may want to ask him to have the highway superintendent just verify that there is somewhere on the front end, so you can get an actual driveway. On the remaining frontage.
Do you understand?
Yeah, highway superintendent.
So when I get the other survey map, you want the highway superintendent to look at that other driveway or
Talk
both?
to them and just,
Don't even need the map, you can just ask them to go look at it.
yeah,
Yeah.
take a look, here are the driveways, everything good about
I
it.
can do that. I think he's quite familiar with it.
Just get a written letter from us and submit that and we'll be good.
Okay.
Anything else on?
That looks good.
So my next step, just get it surveyed. And, correct?
And talk to the highway superintendent about the driveway.
Right, but I have nothing else to do with this public hearing and all this.
I think these kind of needs to be done. Before really up to submit it.
You're not on Jack's list yet.
No, no, I haven't done
Let's-
anything.
Let's get the map in and make sure that we've got that. Because if we schedule a public hearing, there's a date deadline and things have to go out 10 days ahead of our next meeting, and we schedule a public hearing. If you don't have all the information that we need, you may have to re-advertise again, which incurs another expense and
Okay.
just time-wise, I think it's a safer bet, get the map done and get that in hand and make sure that we've got what we
Everything we
need.
need, right? And then we'll set up the public
Then we'll
hearing.
set up the public
Yep.
hearing.
Okay, so I'm gonna end up with two separate maps because of what I want to do, correct? Two different survey maps. The one of the house,
One map.
Yeah, this all can be on one map.
Just like this,
Well,
one
I'm-
map,
I'm-
just we need to update it. Okay, that. This was done back in 2000
Here's a
something,
good example of
something.
one.
Oh, this one isn't yours, but it's another, it shows. Everything has been surveyed, and this particular one that they want to draw the line here, have this be one lot, and this is two
so
lots.
that's what I need to have then, even though I'm gonna eventually have two deeds for this property, is what I'm getting at.
Because when you file with the county, they want this one map to show that this one parcel is now two. You are gonna make sure that Jack labels,
Wells and septics and driveways.
and there's two lots, so it's gonna be a lot one and a lot two.
It doesn't need two then, it just needs the one, it just needs this. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just need this one map updated with everything on it, you don't need two, even though you'll have a separate piece of property on there, for us, we just need.
But you're gonna want him to survey this piece,
He's gonna survey
The whole thing,
everything.
the whole thing, but plus the piece I would like to take out, correct?
Mhm.
right, but he's gonna do it on one
Yeah,
map.
that's fine.
Yeah,
And how many copies of this map am I gonna need?
175. Just kidding.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, I think you
Well, as
guys
long as
require
everything-
one or two and.
As long as everything is accurate on it, there would be 4 of the larger ones. You can submit them electronically to us. You can submit them electronically, we can look at them. on our
He knows
computers.
his 10 is,
And I'll pin behind.
okay,
The others, make sure he does a locator map on it.
The locator map is a little map in the corner, he'll understand it. And it shows where you are in this bigger scheme of
okay,
things.
all right.
Okay, so they call it a
So, like,
locator map.
With this, if it was on here, we could look at that and then know exactly where this is located without trying to look it up on this one. Because it's all one-stop shopping for us. Again, Jack,
You wanna write this down? Then you won't forget what you need. Here's some
I
glasses.
can probably write that much. I can write it up.
You good?
Can I say here?
So you need a locator map on the survey, need an updated survey. Need to show the buildings. The well. The septic. The driveway. Driveways, yeah, you have a driveway on the big parcel and you got the driveway for the house. And then-
lots labeled lot 1 and lot 2.
And,
Yeah. Um,
and you're gonna talk to the
Neighborhood.
highway superintendent about your side distance
maybe parcel.
on the survey? Yeah. Yeah, so on the survey also, you'll need the neighboring property owners. And, Cottrell should be able to do that.
Okay, so let me just, it's okay, locator map. Update the survey, put the buildings on it, where the well is, the septic is, the driveways, mark them lot 1 and 2, have the highway superintendent look at the sites. And the neighboring property owners.
Correct, you're putting the driveways also, both driveway cuts are gonna be on the new survey. The one on the big piece of property, you have a farm drive. You Need that on the survey and the driveway to the house.
Okay, because yeah, that would make, there's only 2 driveways.
Right,
Okay, so one for the residents, one for the big parcel.
It should show on the map, yep.
And it's just, that's just for sites.
Yep.
For the highway guy.
Yeah.
Did I get them all?
I think you got them all, can I have my map back? Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you my map back.
Just make sure that for the surveyor, and they'll probably realize it, but if you're gonna truly go with a minimum lot size, make sure it's not measured from the center line of the road, but from the edge of the road
Okay,
for the 2 acres.
well, I'll probably end up just making it like 3. I don't wanna.
Then you're.
It doesn't, that part doesn't make a big difference to me. If I make it too short and I come back, I
Yeah.
might better just make it larger for her and
Sure,
then stay out of the hot water, so to speak.
sure.
As long as you feel she's deserving.
I don't need to be confused.
Strike that for the minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Sarah doesn't write anything.
Are we done with me?
I think so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do something I know something about.
Now I'm looking up the screen and seeing some of it don't fit, so. Okay, Alex is here.
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Seaver?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep,
How are you today?
we're gonna come back. While we were waiting for you, we went ahead and did our second piece of business tonight. So Seaver subdivision application preliminary review and hearing on application for 2-lot subdivision located at 2368 Cemetery Road in the town of Pompey. That's at number 028.02-01.1. So if you can explain what your intent is.
So there's almost 70 acres total there on the property. I'm just subdividing some vacant land. I think it came out to 14 acres. I don't have the survey right in front of me, but I can pull it up if you need to.
So it's 13.75 plus or
Okay,
minus
yeah, so almost 14.
for lot 1. You live on lot 2?
I'm currently there right now, yes.
What is the dotted, is it airstrip? I can't read it.
Yeah.
It is an airstrip right now, but after it's divided, it no longer will be.
Okay.
It's been an airstrip since 1978 or something like that. I'm a pilot as well. But
It's just a grass airstrip?
yeah, it's just a grass 1,800-foot strip.
Yep.
Was there any kind of easement or anything on that?
No,
And the well and the septic are on this survey?
yeah, everything's gonna stay where it is. on the current house. It's been there since 1976, I think. So there's no added wells, no, I'm not gonna develop the property or anything right now. It's just gonna, the separate land's just gonna stay vacant for right now.
On lot 2 was, I can see tennis court, what was the septic and well indicated?
Yeah, the septic is right at the south side of the tennis court and then, so none of that has been changed or updated. That's still all the same stuff.
I'll see that.
Is it on,
Is
is
it
it on
on
the
the map?
survey?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, but that's all existing stuff. It should be there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, we don't see it on the survey. Oh, you got the big one?
But the property that I'm subdividing is, a couple football fields away from all of that anyway. It's a very large parcel. So after the divorce, we're selling the home. So lot number 2 will be sold to new owners in about a month. And then I'll be retaining lot 1. So we're just trying to get this done before the closing. We were supposed to close on tomorrow, but obviously that didn't happen. So we pushed it back 3 weeks.
Which road are you planning on putting your driveway in, on 4 or Cemetery?
I haven't even thought about anything along those lines. Right now it's just gonna remain vacant land. But it's a corner lot, so I have the option to do either Cemetery or number 4. I guess I would have to talk to the Tim and, later on down the line and figure out what's acceptable.
Okay.
So basically, we're just splitting it up right now to get the sale done, and then that vacant lot will remain in my name, and then number 2 will be in the new owners.
Maybe
We should have some.
You would think you want it up there, yeah. Yeah.
Could you get confirmation on where, I mean, either road, Cemetery or number 4, get confirmation so you're sure you can get a driveway on either one of those roads?
I talked to the surveyor. I mean, if you look at the land, there's tons of land there. I think you say you require 225 feet, but it's well over that. And then as far as the stop sign there in the middle, there's no obstruction or anything or view from either side.
So basically what she's asking, have you talked with our highway superintendent for the final on that? Because sometimes people think that they can get it. Yeah, there's a stop sign there, slow people down, but still sometimes it can be too close to an intersection too. We just,
No, this is the first time doing this. I'm not putting a road in there right now, but the surveyor said that I could. I'm sure he knows the laws. He said that I could do either side later on down the road.
Yeah, just a call to the highway superintendent. He can drive by and tell you, both are fine. It'd be,
Cemetery is a county road, so.
is it?
Yeah, so county would be Cemetery, town would be number 4.
I'm sorry, number 4 road would be the town?
The town and.
Is that the town of Pompey or?
Yeah, town of Pompey.
And then Cemetery Road's a county road.
Okay, so that would be Fabius? Or,
County,
Onondaga.
Onondaga County.
oh, Onondaga County, gotcha.
So the board just needs to know that somewhere on that property, there can be a driveway installed. Make it a buildable lot.
Okay, I'm on a time crunch. We've been trying to do this for 2 months now. I talked to Tim, that was not on the list of things to do. Is there any way that we could just finish this? And I'm not looking to build a road right now.
Well, probably the easiest thing to do then would be to get a hold of the highway superintendent and see if it would work on number 4 road. And then at least you would, if it does, then at least you've got something that works. If it doesn't, then you would have to follow up with the county and see if you could put something in on Cemetery Road.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying with the timeline, I wouldn't have enough time to schedule another meeting with you guys. Is
Well,
there anywhere-
he'd be pretty quick about, the highway superintendent.
Right.
That's just a phone call and he would run out there and say yes or no. Wouldn't require another meeting with us.
Email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, just, I'm sorry, there was a couple people talking. I missed that last part.
Just email the map to the highway superintendent and tell him what you want to do and he can drive out there and take a look at it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the highway superintendent of the town and then,
Town copy.
Approve it, not a buildable.
and then, Onondaga County will be the second one.
Right. And if the town highway superintendent says you can put it on number 4 road, then you don't have to worry about anything. If you decide the other one, you can call the county in the future.
Okay,
Legal advice.
Well, we need to schedule a public hearing. We're not gonna be
It
able
was
to. approve
advertised.
it. Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. They got switched up.
To try to help them out.
Oh.
yeah, I missed the last month for some reason, so I did everything this month so I could do everything here.
Yeah, so we still have to hold the public hearing, then right now, we can do that. And then we'll do our, seeker, but it'll be contingent upon getting the driveway approval.
Yeah. We don't want to divide it off if it's not possible to have it as a buildable lot. Right.
Right, yeah.
Just
It's landlocked, but,
just for the future. And then on the final maps, you can put the septic and well,
That would be a condition.
a condition of the approval, yeah. Right. So what we're talking about is, we'll do the public hearing tonight and then, if we decide to approve it, it would have some conditions. The condition would be that you can get a driveway in lot 1. And the other condition was that, the final maps would show the location of the septic and the well on lot number 2.
Okay, fair enough.
So. Question, the runway is gonna cut short on that new lot. Is that still gonna, it's still gonna be available as a runway?
No,
Runway?
the new owners aren't pilots and they didn't want me landing behind there. Trust me, I tried to work that out in the sale, but
So it should be taken out.
Yeah, so it should be taken off the final maps.
Would be the third contingency.
Well, it should stay on the map, but it should be abandoned or something.
No, so noted, yeah.
I think because it's there, it exists, it should be on the map, but I
well,
think
it's just a lawn at this point. I mean, there's nothing,
it's writing it.
there's no lights or anything to indicate that it's a runway.
Abandoned on it?
What, I'm sorry?
We're talking here.
Talking to our engineer.
Take it off, it's just.
No, I think it's better off not showing it.
yeah, unless
Take
it's
it
a
right off.
recorded, like
Yeah.
easement and a deed, I don't think we need to.
That's why I asked if there was an easement.
I think it's just grass.
Yeah, just take it right off. Just take the,
The new owners of that large parcel don't see that they have a runway that they could theoretically use in the future, that only can go to the end of their property.
Here.
With that being said, what if the new buyers and I do come to some sort of agreement where I can lease the runway further on down the road?
That would be between you and the property owner.
Right, but if we remove that, would that cause any issues?
Well, wouldn't there have to be an easement then on,
Well, it's a private easement. It doesn't necessarily involve the.
Could be a handshake agreement.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna ask them if I could just pay them for like a yearly lease to use them. Initially they said no, but I was hoping that, once I get to meet them and, offer some money that maybe they would be, or maybe even offer to take them up for a flight or so.
I don't think you guys want to get involved.
No, I would take it off the map and then later on, if you want to use it for that, I don't think there's a
It's a
reason you can't.
private property owner agreement at that.
I can land an airplane on my property without having to have a.
You can crash it, right?
That's
Probably. But I don't need to have it on my map in order for me to
Right.
land an airplane there. Yeah, so just take it off.
Okay, sounds good.
Right.
So permission from the highway, septic, well, and remove the runway.
Yes.
Yep.
Fair enough.
No other questions from the planning board before we open the?
Nope.
No. So looking over your application, the information that was submitted with the short environmental assessment form, before we open public hearing, there's a series of 11 questions that need to be answered, considered, as part of the seeker process. And the board will be answering them. The answers are one of two. It's either a no or small impact, or a moderate to large impact may occur. Number one, will a proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? No, or small impact may occur. Will a proposed action result in the change in the use or intensity in the use of land? No, or small impact. Will a proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. Will a proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? No, or small impact. Will a proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? No. Will a proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? No. Will a proposed action impact existing public and private water supplies? No. Public or private wastewater treatment utilities? No. Will a proposed action impair the character or quality of important historical, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will a proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources? For example, wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, and fauna? No. Will a proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No. And number 11, will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No. Based on these answers, I make a motion for negative deck.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Hey, everything, we have the documentation here that it was properly advertised for public hearing. So did that, I make a motion to open public hearing. Second by Carl, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Public hearing now in session. Anybody here to speak on Seaver subdivision?
Opening the interweb.
Anybody online, Alex? Nobody's raising a hand or anything? No. Okay. Make a motion to close the public hearing? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Public hearing is now closed. No comments from the board? If none, we have a motion to be made. Motion.
With approve this
That
with
was not
conditions.
in there.
I make a motion. I make a motion that we approve the Seaver subdivision on tax map number 028 dot dash 02 dash 01.1 based on a survey dated 4/10 of 2025 with the contingencies that conditions that the final map delineate the septic, the well, and also that the town approves a driveway on number 4 Road West of Lot 1. And
Or the county approves.
or the county approves a driveway cut on Cemetery Road and remove the dotted line delineating the runway, airport runway or flight runway, airstrip, I
You got
guess.
the big.
Yeah, so is that what they call it? I'm getting that airstrip.
And you add, show the way.
Yeah, I did this well and septic. And yeah, grass airstrip, remove the grass airstrip delineation and the well and septic are shown on lot 2.
And the condition that this is not a approved building lot until a septic test has been conducted.
Yeah, lot 1 will not be a buildable lot until the septic has been approved.
County approved.
Huh?
County approved.
It's approved by the county. You understand that?
Yeah, so that doesn't take place in the subdivision itself. It just needs to be approved prior to building.
Exactly.
Okay, I got that.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion in a second. Sarah's gonna read it back.
Okay, motion to approve the Seaver subdivision located at tax map 028 dot dash 02 dash 01.1. Based on a survey dated 4/10/2025 with the following conditions. That the final map delineate the septic and the well. That the town approve a driveway on number 4 Road West of Lot 1, or the county approve a driveway cut on Cemetery Road. That the dotted line delineating the airstrip is removed and that the well and septic are shown on Lot 2. This will not be an approved building lot until a septic plan has been approved by the county for Lot 1.
Perfect.
Do we want to insert in there that the survey was done by Cottrell?
You have to drive. Yeah.
Cottrell's done all the surveys from, I guess, all the way through, so.
That he can get a drive.
What's it? I'm sorry, what's it?
Cartel, that's subdivision, the surveyor, he's the one that handled from the property from the beginning, so he's done everything. So he has everything on his computer.
Well, we don't care.
Which
We
is,
don't care.
which is fine.
The drive, in terms of driveway, we just want to know you can have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in terms of the,
he's gotta have a driveway approved as opposed to.
No, he's not building on it, so it doesn't have to be approved yet. He just has to get the nod from either the county or the town that he has the ability to do it.
Yeah. I
But
just think.
it doesn't have to be approved.
Yes, I think the wording said that, again, you know, the driveway approved as opposed to.
Did it say that? Did it say approved? Well, essentially they're approving that you can have a driveway on that
Yeah.
stretch.
the town approves a driveway on number 4 west of lot 1, or the county approves a driveway on Cemetery Road.
I mean, you could put approves the ability to have a driveway.
I just don't want them to think that.
Or confirm that a
So what-
driveway can be,
The essence of that is the approval from either the town
yeah,
or the county that, yes, a driveway could go somewhere on here and be legal and have good sight distance. It does not have to be specific that you're gonna drop a pin and build it right there.
just that you have the ability to have.
It's doable. Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
So
so clear on the,
the patrol surveyors. 410.
now we clear on that?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
I filing that.
Any opposed?
And you?
Motion carries. So changes on the map. That'll have to be resubmitted in, I won't sign off on it until all the conditions are met. So
Okay.
those are on the map, and then the, outside the map would be the indication from the town or county that a driveway is possible.
and then do I just need to call them and get that, or do they need to send like an email or some sort of writing, or like, how do I show you that I've contacted them and they've agreed?
They should be able to give you an email, something written,
Okay, all right, I'll ask for an email.
email, letter, whatever, and then forward that to us or print back, give it to Tim or whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, sounds good. I apologize for asking questions. This is my first time, so I have a temporary approval today based on fulfilling the obligations that you gave me. Let's say that by the end of this week, I get all of those and I get them submitted to Tim. What would be the process for the approval, and do I get like a new house number or a deed to this lot?
Well, you haven't approved. It is approved, conditioned on those
Right.
items. So once those items have been fulfilled, then you have to submit the
the
final
maps, the final maps will come back in here. We'll be able to sign off on them, and then you're gonna have to file them with the county.
And Tim can help you with that process.
Okay, yeah, I was just looking for like a timeline. And then do I get a new house number after that, or is that a second, is that a further step?
They won't,
They'll give you a new tax map number.
We can
Oh, no.
discuss.
Tim,
And
Tim
then
will
the
be,
post office will give you a new address
Okay, perfect.
Tim
for the
can
fire
help,
department.
Tim can help you on all of that, but first and foremost, get with Cottrell, get the new maps coming, and contact town or county tomorrow to ask about driveway.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody's help.
Okay, thank you. Take
All right.
care.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Does 911 do the ordinances?
Yeah.
Yes,
County
911.
plan.
Okay, where our minutes go? All right, if everybody wants to just take a quick minute and see read through your minutes.
Approve these minutes without changes.
That wasn't like me.
Oh,
It was like one. Nope. I'll let it there. I know. Yes.
Oh, he printed it two-sided.
Right, so where's 22? I got 3 and 4.
Oh. John has,
It's missing.
you and John will switch pages.
Okay, there we go.
We don't have.
Good.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I second. Any? Everybody in agreement? We say,
How about the other side?
oh, they already made a motion. Oh, he made the motion, I second it.
Okay.
As he said. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? It's approved. Anything else? Hearing none. Motion to adjourn,
Second motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Stay warm.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We'll hold the meeting.
Yeah.